Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited to do this new pipe talk because I'm going to be trying a tobacco that I've come to the conclusion favorite tobacco I've ever tried. I don't think it's a tobacco that a ton of people talk about. I don't think it's a tobacco that a ton of people smoke. I'm also super thrilled to smoke a new acquisition, and it is something that I've only been reserving for special occasions. One of them being I smoked it on Easter Day because I did give up tobacco, smoking, various other different things for Lent. For the feast day and Easter, I pulled out my new pipe to smoke as a celebration. It's not a new pipe, it's actually an antique pipe, but it's new for me, so I really want to just show it off because I think people that collect pipes and collect antiques in general may enjoy seeing this pipe. So I'm very excited for this video. So I'm just gonna get right into it. The tobacco that I'm just so obsessed with is Robert McConnell's Original Red Roses Pipe Tobacco. And it looks like this, and I'm going to show a better video of what the packaging looks like. But it looks like this. And this tobacco is one of the best smokes I've ever had. As the name entails, it's called Red Roses. This mixture is a composition of Black Cavendish and some Virginia embedded in rose buds. That just sounds incredible. And I really highly recommend this tobacco for everybody, especially for the women that watch my channel that are trying to get into smoking pipe tobacco or have not found the right tobacco that works for them. I really recommend this tobacco blend. It's just super aromatic and feminine and just romantic and beautiful, and it smells like rose oil perfume, but in a really subtle, nuanced sort of way. It's not overpowering. It's just a beautiful, delightful smoke. Smooth, and it's so wonderful because whenever you smoke it in a room, the next day, everything just has like this very beautiful, perfumed dusting of rose and like plum. Again, tobacco is for everybody. I recommend this for women just because maybe tobacco might be a little bit off-putting for some women, or they associate it with, like, I don't know, all the various things that come to mind whenever we think about pipe tobacco. But I also recommend this for everyone. Anybody can smoke this. It's beautiful. Do not be prejudiced just because of the name Red Roses. And as you can see closely, it has this beautiful silhouette cameo of a Victorian woman with a rose in her hand. It's just so stunning. And I really wish I knew about this tobacco earlier, but better late than never, I guess, right? So I'm just gonna get right into it. I did transfer the tobacco into a glass jar. Of course, put a label, write it down, just so you can distinguish between tobaccos, because some tobaccos look so similar. Some of them have very similar notes. And oh my goodness. I mean, guys, oh, please, 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 please get this tobacco. It's so beautiful. Unfortunately, if you live in the US, this might be a tough find. You might have to get it online. If you live in Europe, I think this is easier to acquire. This is such a unique tobacco. I mean, recently, people have been saying that owning tobacco is kind of an investment right now, especially from all the things that are happening and how so many companies are shutting down or being bought out. So it doesn't hurt to have a various collection of different types of tobaccos. I have some in here. The remaining is in a different jar. The tin note. It smells like rose oil. It smells like toasted caramel. I'm gonna go ahead and read a little bit about this tobacco. So like I said, this is Robert McConnell's Red Roses Pipe Tobacco. It comes into this 100-gram tin. Tobacco is aromatic. The strength is medium. The tobacco itself is Black Cavendish and Virginia. It's ribbon cut. It has a very good moisture level. It's not too dry. So some of the flavors are rose buds and caramel. I'm just gonna go ahead and read just a basic description from the manufacturer. This mixture is a perfect composition of jet black Black Cavendish and some sun yellow Virginia embedded in rose buds. Finest attar of roses, topped with a touch of caramel, caresses the palate of the pipe smoker. A true smoking experience with a unique room atmosphere. Unfortunately, this tobacco has a very, very low rating on tobaccoreviews.com. It's 2 stars out of 4, and it mostly comes from people who do not like aromatics. In fact, they probably hate aromatics, but still somehow decided to purchase an aromatic, especially one named Red Roses, and wrote a bad review about it. I don't understand this. Why do that? Who knows? It's like hating sugar, but deciding to eat a piece of cake. It just doesn't make any sense. So do not be discouraged from the low reviews. These people are a little silly, so don't let that get to you. This is such a very unique product. Just for the mere fact that the tobacco is embedded with rosebuds. I've never heard of tobacco being embedded with flowers or things like that. So of course I gravitated towards it. It sounded so enticing. And you know, roses are one of my favorite flowers. I was very thrilled to find this in Japan of all places. Can you imagine? So now that we have a good understanding of what we're working with, I'm just going to go straight into presenting my beautiful new antique pipe. I've always wanted one like this, but I've always been very anxious and also just a little bit nitpicky. So I've never smoked or owned a meerschaum pipe. All the pipes that I have are wood, just because I'm really nervous to use meerschaum just because of how delicate it is. I'm just really cautious. I just don't want to like break it. I don't want to drop it. I don't want anything to happen to it. For those that don't know, meerschaum is like a white mineral. It's a mineral that mostly exists in Turkey. So you might find a bunch of makers that use this material and they usually carve different motifs, etc. And some of them are just so beautiful, especially the older ones that you can find. Of course, they still make modern meerschaum pipes. You can find them really anywhere. I would always find them in antique malls, and none of them really spoke to me in a way that, you know, was like, oh, I really have to buy this and I really have to try it. Nothing has really spoken to me until recently. Here it is, and it comes in its original case in a gorgeous red velvet. This is a 19th century meerschaum pipe. I purchased this from Cora Violet's auction site. It's a website called Live Auctioneers. She's an antiques dealer that I've been following for such a long time just because her items are just to die for, and her curation is like 100% right up my alley. She also sells vintage clothing, antique clothing, a lot of period, Victorian, Regency. Anyway, I saw this and I fell in love, and I'm going to input some more detailed views of this insane, beautiful pipe. This pipe is an antique Viennese meerschaum pipe. It has this gorgeous kind of allegorical, romantic scene rendered nude with this Cupid angel with all these like beautiful floral arrangements. As you can see, there's roses. I thought this would be a perfect pipe to pair with this tobacco. I mean, it just goes together. It just makes sense in my head. And it comes with the original stem. Everything is intact. I spent a good time cleaning this. With these pipes, you have to be so gentle, so fragile. What I did is I took pipe cleaners and little by little, just running it through the stem. I got some sandpaper, sanded the inside little by little, just a little bit. And it seems like this has already been smoked. I don't know how long ago. I don't want all that residue from over a century worth of tobacco. It has this gorgeous patina as well. It's so soft. It's beautiful. This is just exactly what I was looking for. I wanted a really unique piece. It has the maker's mark right there. And the bowl is very tiny. So this is kind of like a smoke that I would say 15-minute to 20-minute smoke. This is like if you just want a quick, simple, just in and out. Sometimes you just want that. Sometimes you don't want to just sit down for an hour, and sometimes you do. But other times you don't. I don't really plan on using this pipe all the time. I am just using this for special occasions. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill the bowl. So as you can see, not much. Literally the tiniest pinch, and that's it. For me, especially with antiques, I really love to just imagine who previously owned this and what kind of people were they. I imagine, I don't know, a Victorian woman or Edwardian woman, and then just occasionally having a little smoke. I'm imagining her wearing a beautiful dress, her hair up, she's in the garden somewhere, she's smoking this outside, I don't know. Just many things come to mind whenever I think about this pipe. But anyway, she is loaded up. Make sure you have like a little ashtray or something in case you make a little mess. Have a little tamper, and we're gonna just go right into it. She is fully lit. And just like that, easy, easy, easy to smoke. Wow, it's incredible. It's just, if only you can smell what I smell right now. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And it seems like I'm almost done. It hasn't even been that long. Wow, I mean, it really does smell like rose oil. It has a beautiful floral essence to it. It kind of smells, I don't know, it just smells kind of woody too. There's a kind of like pine essence to it. Not in that really offending pine smell that you would get from like a car freshener or Pine Sol. Nothing like that. It's very earthy, floral, rose, burnt caramel, many different just pleasant aromas that I don't think would offend anyone. Oh my gosh, I think I'm like done. I just wanted you guys to see how incredible this pipe is. You will not be disappointed. You really won't. And even if it's not your thing, it's just good to have it in your collection, just for the mere novelty of it. Just the fact that it's made with rosebuds. I really want to actually enjoy this tobacco, so I'm going to go ahead and pack a bowl in a normal pipe. I'm going to go ahead and make some tea as well, so I'm just in the mood for it, so I'll be back in a moment. Alright guys, so I got my tea, got my tried and true pipe that I always use all the time. Alright, let's go. In case anybody was wondering, the tea I'm drinking is a strawberry tea with black tea, a little bit of sugar, and milk. And maybe some people find that absolutely grotesque, but I love that combination. Sometimes I put butterfly pea tea in there as well. Speaking of antiques and things like that, and I always, during these pipe talks, I always talk about just things that I like, I guess. I've actually had this for a while, but I guess I've never shown it on the channel. I collect tally cards, specifically 1920s tally cards. Every time I go to the antique malls, I always try to seek them out. It's one of my favorite kind of paper ephemera type things that is just super visually striking and beautiful. I found a really cool one that is really relevant to this video, and it is a die-cut 1920s tally card in the shape of a pipe with kind of like Edwardian woman on there, because I never really find any pipe related tally cards. So I was very thrilled to find this tally card. It's gorgeous. It looks like it's been hand painted, and then on the stem there's like this little metallic kind of paint on it. It's really, really beautiful, and I'll show a more detailed view right here. I usually like to put this right here where I have my pretty leg pipe here on display, just so everything's kind of tobacco related, sort of. And since I'm right here, I'm gonna show off some of these other things. So I have this gorgeous little Valentine's Day card featuring these like Kewpie looking children. I love anything that is Kewpie related. I am very obsessed with Kewpie and anything Rose O'Neal. Her design is honestly so iconic that it has spawned an entire cult of the Kewpie, especially here in Japan, with the Kewpie mayo and whatnot. I also collect antique photographs, and I found this beautiful little photograph of this girl with these cute little Mary Janes. But anyway, I always kind of switch out photographs and various things every time I'm redecorating the room. And this right here is a 1920s powder puff. I am, again, super obsessed with anything that has to do with the boudoir, anything 1920s, anything 1930s, 1940s. 1950s I'm not really into. 1960s, 1970s I used to. In terms of like items and in style or whatever. Of course, my favorite music came out of the late 1970s and the 1980s. Anyway, back to the focus here. Women would, of course, would use powder puffs to put on their body, on their face, whatever. And a lot of women, especially in the 1920s, they would hand paint their powder puffs. And they were always in this cute little flapper woman face. They would do it a lot with their garter belts and like little garter buttons that they would use. As I said earlier, super obsessed with powder puffs. This is a powder puff wand. They just don't make things like this anymore. I don't know. I just like the idea of like a woman back in the 1920s, 1930s in her little like silk teddy or something, and then she's in her boudoir and she is applying her perfumes, her perfume oil, wearing a nightcap. I also have a collection of boudoir caps and nightcaps and things like that. If you're a girl like me that likes stuff like that, let me know and I'd gladly make a video about it. But yeah. Definitely try this one, guys. I'm telling you. Another thing that I've been really into lately, I've been recently listening to this incredible minimal synth group called
Jeunesse d'Ivoire.
I don't speak French, so I'm so sorry if that was offensive. Strangely enough, this group is actually not French. They're actually Italian. They're from Milano, actually. And I found about them through a Italian minimal synth like compilation album. I've been obsessed with this band for the past few months. There's a track on there, it's called Silent Imagery, that is so beautiful. And I've just been playing that on a loop. Their stuff is very rare and hard to find. Literally pretty much impossible. If you live in Italy and you somehow have in your possession the cassette, then I am so incredibly jealous. Unfortunately, they've only released a cassette. Thanks to interest and people doing great work with remasters and re-releases of these kind of obscure bands, it's on that compilation album. But apart from that appearance in the compilation album, they've only released the cassette. So that's it. That's all we have for them. You'll really like them if you love bands like Duh, or just anything from Minimal Tapes, the record label. If anybody's wondering what that ambient buzzing in the background is, that's the dehumidifier that I have going all the time. What an amazing blend. I mean, if you love Virginias and you love Cavendish, why not? Like, why not pick one up if you can? I love hearing that every single day. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of my smoke. If you're a girly girl and you like tobacco, get this. It's an investment. It's a unique blend. It's special. I'm pretty sure you don't have anything quite like it in your collection, so go ahead and get yourself some. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and happy smokes, and have a good one.